Okay, so I know that it's with the military. I think you get, I don't know, I think they pay for some stuff, but I know you have to go to like some training and stuff, but other than that.
Not really, no. I don't have any information on it yet.
Okay.
They're in the armory. They get up really, really early in the day, go really, really late at night. They're a lot stronger than I am. I believe it's ROTC is Army, Navy, it's all branches, if I'm not mistaken.
From its start as a land-grant college in 1862, Purdue University has been a source of officers for the United States military in the four branches of the Army, Air Force, Navy, and Marine Corps. What is now ROTC started at Purdue University in 1888 as the Corps. At this point, the Corps only consisted of 92 men, 76 in the infantry company, and 16 in a field artillery platoon. The first Purdue military department was activated and deployed to fight in the Spanish-American War in 1898. The Reserve Officers Training Corps was officially authorized by the National Defense Act in June 3, 1916. The armory that we now have was rebuilt in 1918. ROTC was then re-established in 1919, and the Corps was organized into a motorized field artillery unit to better fit in with the courses of instruction offered at Purdue. Purdue ROTC became primarily an institution to train field artillery officers for the Army. Air Force ROTC was established at Purdue University in the fall of 1949, but its roots began with the branch of the Army ROTC program known as the Air ROTC program, formed in 1946. Soon after, Navy and Marine ROTC were established on Purdue's campus. From the beginning of ROTC at Purdue until 1964, all male students were required to participate for their first 2 years of college.
ROTC actually stands for Reserve Officers Training Corps, which really the name is probably no longer accurate, but I think it's going to stick around because it's kind of a staple in the American economy and on the American campuses. Essentially, it was a way from years back to make sure that we had enough officers from across America, not just at the academies, so that we had a good slice of the American population in the military. My first job after I got out of college and went into the military, I led 30 other soldiers, Army engineers, and we did some pretty scary missions. And they trusted me. I was 22, 23 years old, and I led a lot of people. I was responsible personally for the lives of hundreds and hundreds of guys. And most college graduates don't have that thrust upon them too quickly, but we do, and we're prepared for that.
Wait, what? That's a heat.
So I've heard about a training event where our sea cadets have to jump into water in full gear as a way of eliminating fear. Is that what that's for?
Yeah. So that's called combat water survival training, and the purpose of that is to basically get you used to the physical and mental feeling of having to get in the water with full gear on, because that's always a possibility in combat if you are in a situation where you have to get in the water all the way. So it's almost more of a psychological exercise than actual physical.
About 2/3 of the military officers come from ROTC.
I've heard a lot of people talk about how students get really angry with you guys because you'll do like morning runs and sometimes they're pretty loud. Do you get a lot of students that even like talk to you about that?
I've never had anybody actually say to me in person like, you guys shouldn't do that. However, I don't know, I've seen some whiny Facebook posts before, but other than that.
About ROTC that I love the most is the fact that I'm getting experiences that the vast majority of the population won't get, along with discipline, time management skills, physical fitness, really all of it. I can see it changing who I am, but in a positive light, not in the way that many people think it does. When you do freshman orientation, walking in, getting your head shaved, and then just diving in right away was interesting to me. It was a mental toll more than a physical thing, but it was definitely a good experience in hindsight. The most challenging thing is definitely balancing your time between being a midshipman and being like a college student and trying to somewhat be a normal person outside of the armory, which is interesting sometimes. That, as well as the mental pressure that you face, like constantly being watched over, constantly trying to prove yourself, trying to earn a scholarship, trying to earn standing within your class, and things in regard to that.
Well, would you say that you have trouble fitting in as a normal college student, your interactions with other students here at Purdue? Do you find that difficult?
Yes and no. I would say yes because my experiences are so different. Like, I don't go out on Thursday nights because I have to get up at 5 o'clock Friday morning, and that's just not a smart thing to do. So you just don't have the same stories.
There's opportunities to go to airborne school where you get to jump out a perfectly good airplane. We also have air assault school where you get to rappel out of a perfectly good helicopter. You can also go to sapper school, which is kind of like the Army Engineer Ranger School, if you can say that. Just a hard, tough school about leadership, about tactics, about demolitions and explosions. The Air Force program, I think in 2008 or 2009, they got the #1 program in the country. So again, that's just a testament not to the cadre, but to the students at Purdue. Purdue's got a great group of students who cover all over the Midwest, and they're super smart, great leaders, and ROTC is attractive because we want scholars, we want athletes, and we want leaders. The Navy's program is one of the largest in the country, mainly because of the engineering draw, especially nuclear engineering.
On May 8, 2014, the Secretary of the Navy, Ray Mabus, will be visiting Purdue's campus to discuss with a top-secret Purdue research team who are working on a project for renewable energy for naval ships by 2020.
Oh, I think it's going to continue to grow. I think the program is a strong program. I think we focus on developing leaders here, and I think that based on that and the quality of the students that we get in the program, and I think that we'll continue to grow.